Searching for the road to the way back. We don't know our father's going way back. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. We the chosen people, you say no way. Your enemies been teaching you the wrong way. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's the simple things in life, like learning all again. It's the simple things in life, like finding where it all began. Do you know your history? History. Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Do you know your history? History. Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? History, history. Now we going back. He done on my back for sure when I let the truth go. We gon' let them know. My people on my back for sure. I hold them down.
Hey, we're back. We are back. Hope you guys are back with us. All praise to the Most High.
Yeah.
Hope we got some stuff for y'all. Couldn't come through last week, but hope also this week we should come through with some good stuff for y'all. We're going to touch on the Mandingos and the Moors. The Mandingos and the Moors. Or Mandingos, Moors, and Jews, but Moors and Jews are the same people, so whatever. But Mandingos and Moors, because it sounds good. So, you are now tuned into
Our Hidden History Radio Show.
So we're gonna touch on the Mandingos, touch on it last week. Welcome back, Jez. He just came back from doing the Lord's work, man, traveling overseas.
Yeah, and
a round of applause.
Yeah.
And hope it's Shatel as well. Praise to the Most High. Out there doing the work, traveling across the pond. Yeah, man. So let's just jump right into it.
For you lot.
Huh? For you lot. So where we at? Let's go to the coalition again. I touched on it before. No, give me page. No, go to Babylon Timbuktu first. Let's just open up. Let's just jump into it real quick. I want to backtrack really fast. I don't want to waste my time going backwards, but I have to for the sake of just gathering information right now. We're gathering some stuff right now, so you guys gotta be patient with us. So we're gonna go back a little bit. Those of you who are up to date with us, you know, this is like episode 1,000, so it'll be hard to catch up. But hopefully, those of you who are up to date with us, you know, just be patient. We're going backwards a little bit from last week. So page 95 from Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor, a very, very amazing scholar, a brother I definitely admire as an author and a historian. Let's just go into this book here regarding his research on Mali. Now, Mali and Mandingos are pretty much the same people. So Mali, Mandingo are the same people. In old books, it's spelled M-E-L-L-I, Meli, but it's the same place. Meli, Mali. If you own old books, you'll see that spelling, M-E-L-L-I, Mali or Meli. Read that.
The word Mali is derived from a Mandingo grammatical root meaning free.
Right, more than likely because he fled from Rome. We had freedom in exile, so probably the reason why we call ourselves free. Or the people of freedom, I guess. Go ahead.
The rulers and people of the empire of Mali were black Africans of the Mandingo tribe. This tribe was originally situated in the territory known today as Guinea, Sierra Leone, and northward.
Go ahead.
On the banks of the upper Niger, near the present-day Sierra Leone, the Mandingos established their capital at a place called Niani. After the breakup of the Ghanaian Empire by invasions from many tribes.
You had Hamites, and we also had internal wars among ourselves, but Hamites. Go ahead.
Ghana split apart into a number of states, but in the capital of Ghana, Gao, the Hebrew Zah kings continued to reign.
So when you hear about Zah kings, those are Israelites. Those are all Israelite empires. We had Israelite empires and kingdoms all throughout Africa. You know how Negroes are. We always divided among ourselves, stupid and ignorant. So we were divided among ourselves. But we were all the same people. Read on.
Many people who were subject to Ghana proclaimed their independence after chaos set in.
There you go. Black people problems. Go ahead.
The most celebrated of these people were the Mandingos, who established the nucleus of a new empire about the middle of the 13th century. 1240 AD.
Right, so the Mandingos established a new empire around the middle of the 13th century, 1240 AD. Let's go to 96. Yep, page 96. We're going back a little bit. Sorry about that. Page 96, page 96. We have 96. We definitely have 96. We went over it last week.
Don't start, guys.
Page 96. We went over it last week. All right, that's fine. Go to PDF then. 96, whatever. You know what's funny? I had the book here in my bag, too. I'm glad I bought the book, so I can actually have the book, the highlights that I want. I always walk around with it. Those of y'all who are historians, you should make sure you have that book in your library, in your personal library. Rudolph R. Windsor from Babylon to Timbuktu, and also another book by S.E. Anderson called The Black Holocaust. Very, very informative book. Very, very good. Hey, y'all, take this. Give this to them, please. It's old, but here.
Oh, the jazz.
Chest. Page 96. Give them that over there. So you can have what I want. Black Holocaust by S.E. Anderson is a Black Holocaust for beginners. He goes into the history of he breaks up the transatlantic slave trade, the trans-Saharan slave trade, and the Chinese slave trade. He goes into all three. I used those earlier on in the lesson in the series, so you guys should definitely get yourselves acquainted with that book. So I'll say it again just in case you guys didn't catch it. The Black Holocaust for Beginners by S.E. Anderson. And from Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor. Many haters will argue and try to refute Babylon Timbuktu of the heathen sort. However, this man, like us, collected many old books, as we have done. In fact, many of our library that we all have among ourselves is based upon the books that he collected to put this book together. You can't put a historical book together without having historical sources to cite from. And those historical sources that Rudolph R. Windsor cites it from are books that predate him years ago, that we have from years ago. All right? So let's read that. They developed market towns.
They developed market towns, which later grew into cities and states. With their trading abilities, their skills, and vigorous energy, Davidson said the Mandingos became rich. Davidson continued, with the collapse of Ghana as an empire, their chance of large political power was open. They grasped it with a sure hand. In dealing with the kings of Mali, Ibn Khaldun is rated as our best authority.
He's a scholar back then. Ibn Khaldun was one of the scholars that gave historical references regarding areas of kingdoms and so forth. Ibn Khaldun. Son of Khaldun is his name. Ibn means son of. Ibn Khaldun. Go ahead.
He wrote about 1376 AD. The king of Mali, who is rendered credit for the establishment and organization of an imperial system in Mali, was Sundiata.
Sundiata. So Sundiata Keta, I believe his name. All right. So Sundiata Keta. So the king of Mali, who is rendered credit for the establishment and organization of an imperial system in Mali, was Sundiata. Okay. Now Sundiata Keta means what now, Jez?
The Lion King.
That's what Lion King is based on.
Dang.
Lion King is based upon this brother here. It means Lion King.
If we can look him, get the Wikipedia.
Look him up. Yeah, look him up. Sundiata Keta. Keta, I believe.
Keita. Kieta.
Yeah, Kieta. Yep, it means Lion King. That's where they got the Lion King from this kingdom of Israelites in Ghana, Mali. Okay.
Yeah, just click on that real
Sundiata
quick.
Keta.
I want to take away from.
No, you're not taking it away. It's fine. They're still taking pictures over there. So
Sundiata Keta.
No, I need them to go to the actual Wikipedia.
link?
It was down. Yep.
right
Yeah, right,
there.
Right. Yep.
Yep. That's him right there. Yeah.
Sundiata Keta,
Go up. There you go. Right.
known as Manding Diara,
So Manding as a Mandingo. Manding Diata or
Lion of Mali.
Lion of Mali. Go ahead.
Songalong Jata, son of Songalong.
Nadi Mangan and Sogo. Simban.
Yep.
Simba.
Yes.
Simban Salaba. Okay, so they got all that from us. So Lion King, if you haven't watched Lion King and you're black, you need to question your genealogy. I'm telling you straight. Every black person I know doesn't watch Lion King. If not the cartoon, which is the best of all, the live action, the cartoon is the best. Watch the cartoon. If you're not in the cartoons, you better get into that one.
Right.
Lion King is about Israel, hands down. Simba is Jacob. Lion King is Abraham. Basically, everything is fire. It's fire. Okay, the hyenas are the heathens. Right. Scar is Esau. It's all biblical. Everything in that movie is Bible.
Yep.
Everything. Timon and Pumbaa are nations too. Heathens also. Okay.
Mufasa dies.
What's the name? The monkey is the prophet Elijah, basically.
Rafiki.
Rafiki will be a prophet, the priest. Okay, what's the name? It'll be a scribe at the little the dodo bird. The dodo bird.
Yeah. I
Forgot his name. Forgot him. But anyway,
Zazu.
Zazu.
Yeah.
Zazu. So let's go on. Let's read on.
Was a prince and founder of
Gotta watch it. Watch Lion King. Right. Watch it. Watch with your kids. Watch it together. Get the popcorn. Watch it today. If you're off, watch it. If you got President's Day off, watch it tomorrow. Watch Lion King. It's based upon this king right here. Sundiata Keta, the Lion King of Mali. Mandingo King. That's our people. Go ahead.
Was a prince and founder of the Mali Empire.
Yep. He was prince and founder of the Mali Empire. So Mandingo and people of Mali are the same people. Go ahead.
He was also the great uncle of the Malian ruler, Mansa Musa.
So I said his father. I was wrong last week. His great uncle. He's the great uncle of the ruler, Mansa Musa. And Mansa Musa means King Moses. Okay? Mansa Musa means King Moses. Mansa means king, emperor. Musa is Arabic for Moses. M-O-M-U-S-A or M-O-O-S-A. Musa. Go ahead.
Who is usually regarded as the wealthiest person of all time.
Yes, no, not really. I would say he's second richest. Solomon was the first. Go ahead.
Although there are no reliable ways to accurately calculate his wealth.
He had too much to calculate. So is that all you want? The Lion
Go
King?
down. Go down. Sorry. Go down. Come on. Right here. Go up. Right here. Read that. The Mandinka epic.
The Mandinka epic does not give us dates, but Arab and North African writers who visited the area about a century after the epic's events.
These Arab and North African writers is our people, by the way. Arab Moors and North African writers is like El Idrisi, and
You had Leo
Africanus. Those are our brothers that traveled to the area who had photographic memory, and they were able to let Esau would go back because these guys is right. They were accurate. So a lot of these European scholars that wrote up cartography or wrote up charts and maps and locations of kingdoms were based upon the witness accounts of our brothers like El Idrisi and Leo Africanus, who gave them intel when they traveled through these areas in their youth before they were sold off as slaves and so forth.
That reminds me of Luke in the book of Luke.
Yes. Luke was the same way. Luke, the disciple, had photographic memory also. That's why they said he's by far one of the best historians, because he gave like accurate names, places. Luke of the book of Luke. They said he was a damn near pretty much a genius because every account he gave of ship names, governors' names, areas, cities, it's all backed and all supported.
Can we read that in Luke 1?
Yeah, Luke 1, read it.
1 to 4.
The book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 1. For as much as many have taken in hand to set forth in order a declaration of those things which are most surely believed among us.
So likewise, like Leo Africanus, El Idrisi, they gave account and declared the things that they saw. Read.
Even as they delivered them unto us, which from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word.
Just like we read about. Just like the deacon just said, we had brothers that had that spirit on them, just like the Luke did as well. Read.
It seemed good to me also, having had perfect understanding of all things from the very first, to write unto thee in order, most excellent Theophilus, that thou mightest know the certainty of those things wherein thou hast been instructed.
So all this was written for Theophilus and not for us today, just like El Idrisi and Leo Africanus wrote these things, and the Edomites that read it, they were perfectly able to understand and see these things that they saw when they went out there and started conquering and, pillaging and whatnot. So Luke did the same exact thing. They all had that same spirit.
It's just like, I believe his name was Jason the Maccabees.
I'm there right now.
Okay,
I'm there now.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
there now. The second Maccabees.
3 is there or 2?
2.
Yeah, 2. Yes.
And basically what happened was the Holy Spirit entered him and brought him remembrance of every single thing.
That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
I got you.
14,
2 and 23.
I thought it was 14. Go ahead.
Second Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 23. All these things I say, being declared by Jason of Cyrene in 5 books, we will say to abridge in 1 volume. For considering the infinite number and the difficulty which they find that desire to look into the narrations of the story, for the variety of the matter, we have been careful that they that will read may have delight, and that they that are desirous to commit to memory might have ease, and that all into whose hand it come might have profit. Therefore to us that have taken upon us this painful labor of abridging, it was not easy, but a matter of sweat and watching. Even as there is no ease unto him that prepareth a banquet and seeketh the benefit of others, yet for the pleasuring of many we will undertake gladly this great pain, leaving to the author the exact handling of every particular and laboring to follow the rules of the abridgment. For as the master builder of a new house
That's these guys are master builders. Go ahead.
For as the master builder of a new house must care for the whole building, but he that undertaketh to set it out and paint it must seek out fit things for the adorning thereof. Even so, I think it is with us, to stand upon every point and go over things at large, and to be curious in particulars, to belongeth to the first author of the story. But to use brevity and avoid much laboring of the work, it is to be granted to him that will make an abridgment. Here then will we begin to the story, only adding thus much to that which have been said, that is a foolish thing to make a long prologue and to be short in the story itself.
Right. Your second Ezra 14. Second Ezra 14.
42.
And start from verse 40. This to show that the Most High put the spirit in our forefathers to have a memory, an astounding memory to record things of importance. Read that.
Second Ezra chapter.
My bad. And not just record it, Deke, but it says to record it in a way where people will understand and abridge it properly.
Yeah.
Not just throwing words together.
Yep. And do it and condense it.
Yep.
Because an abridgment is not the whole thing. An abridgment is like it's condensed. It's like, okay, we'll leave that out. It's not really important. But they left in just enough to go. That's all they need.
That reminds me of Sirach says, say a lot in a little.
Yep.
In a few words.
And
That's a skill.
Sorry.
My bad, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and what Jason was saying is he was giving some understanding while he was writing the story. So, like, he was with Mattathias, he was like, yo, he got zealous like Phineas. So he would put that stuff in there to give you some understanding. Yo, it was that same type of zeal. Yeah. Second Maccabees chapter 14.
No, Second Ezra 14.
Sorry, Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 40. And I took it and drank. And when I had drunk of it, my heart uttered understanding.
His heart uttered understanding, just like Luke, just like Jason of Cyrene. Go ahead.
And wisdom grew in my breast.
And wisdom grew in my breast and in my heart and my mind. Go ahead.
For my spirit strengthened my memory.
The Spirit of God strengthened his memory, just like Jason's, just like Luke's. Go ahead.
And my mouth was open and shut no more. The highest gave understanding unto the 5 men. And they wrote the wonderful visions of the night that were told, which they knew not. And they sat 40 days, and they wrote in the day, and at night they ate bread.
There was Ezra and 5 others. Go ahead.
As for me, I spake in the day, and held not my tongue by night.
He spoke all day in the script. His men wrote it down. The 5 men wrote it down. What he was saying. Go ahead.
In 40 days.
An example of that would be in the movie that many of you, if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it also. Book of Eli. At the very, very end of the movie, he does the exact same thing. Only it shows 1 man writing it down. But in here, Ezra had 5 men writing it down. All right? Ezra rewrote the Bible. Ezra rewrote the Bible. What we have is some Ezra. Okay? Read again.
As for me, I spake in the day, and I held not my tongue by night.
He rewrote it because the Greeks burned them. They burned our Bibles. So Ezra had to rewrite it. I'm sorry, the Babylonians the Babylonians burned our Bible, so we had to rewrite it again. The Babylonians burned it. The Greeks did too, but the Babylonians burned it. Read on.
In 40 days, they wrote 204 books.
They wrote 204 books. So when the Greeks burned some of them, we didn't get all of them back. But the ones that the Lord allowed it where it destroyed enough where even though they destroyed some of them, we retain enough. Okay? We basically retain, the Most High allowed us to retain an abridgment. Okay, read on.
In 40 days, they wrote 204 books. And it came to pass, when the 40 days were fulfilled, that the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written, publish openly.
The first you have written, you share before all. Publish openly. Go ahead.
That the worthy and unworthy may read it.
The worthy and unworthy may read it. Go ahead.
But keep the 70 last.
The 70 you keep last. Go ahead.
That thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people.
That's all the dark sayings is that. The dark parables and deep understanding is found. You teach that among yourselves. Then you share. Then you dispense it among the people gradually who are worthy. Go ahead.
For in them is the spring of understanding, the fountain of wisdom, and the stream of knowledge. And I did so.
This lets me know that in the kingdom we're gonna have all these books here. All 204. Right now all we have is 80.
Right.
204 as opposed to 80. That's a lot of books that we don't have. So we're gonna have complete and understanding and beyond understanding those 204 books. And that's that manner Christ spoke about.
Hey, Deacon, just like in the book of Judges, we got the book of Wars.
The wars of the Lord. That too. Joshua.
Book of Gad.
The sayings of Nathan. You got a lot of books that's missing because the Greeks after this, the Greeks burned a lot of them. So what the Israelites retained is what we have now, and what we have now is enough to get us in the kingdom. To fight. So now, you got everything. Y'all good over there? Still going? Got a couple more pages. All right, so let's go back to the page again here. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96. 96 The year?
The year that the Mandingo state rose to imperial power is dated from 1240. In this year, a decisive battle was fought between the Mandingos and the people from Tekror. Evidently, Almoravids.
Yeah,
Almoravids, thank you. From medieval Mauritania.
Now, these Amavirids were Arabs, I believe. Or was that Jake?
No, that was Jake.
That was us. I'm
Remember
sorry.
we brought it
Yeah,
out.
yeah. The Umayyad was the Arabs.
Yeah.
Then the Amavirids is us. So that's us, and we took over. I went over this years ago. Islam gained stardom. You had the, I think it was called the Umayyad Empire. That was the Arabs. Or that was us too.
No, remember 711 AD, the Arabs was instrumental as well. We was the
military.
majority. We was the majority,
Right.
but the Arabs was there as far as conquering
Right.
when we went into Spain. But then you had
Damn. You know what?
A Moravide.
the Almoravids, and then you had
You had something before them.
the Amahad. I forgot the Alamahads or something like that.
Go,
They was
go
all
put-
Jake.
Go, type in Amaravids real quick. They were Jake. These are Jake Moorish empires. I always confuse the two.
Now the Arabs they wasn't in the majority.
They were the
but
teachers and mentors
Right.
and leaders, but we were the army. We were the majority. The majority. Click Wikipedia. Click that. It should be a predecessing empire before this one. Go down.
Isn't it in the little box up there?
Go up to the top.
Let's see
top.
if it tells you
Going too
before.
fast. Stop.
Preceded by, I mean, those are the kings.
No, it's Zanata. That's just Zanata's us too. Amahad. Click that one. So click my Amahad.
Succeeded by on the
Yeah,
right side.
right in the right hand
the
side.
right column.
Yeah, click that. Amahad.
Caliphate.
That was
yeah.
us too. Then go down to the before that. I think it was the Arabs here. Go down.
That was the ones that we were in Spain.
Yeah.
Right. The leader of the Amahads was Yusuf. His name was Yusuf.
Yeah. Amahad, and before him,
Was that where Tariq was in? That caliphate?
He's
Or before
he's
that?
after Tariq. He's after
yeah.
Tariq. The 711. They came.
Okay.
then Tariq and Tariq together. It was called type in Umayyad. Umayyid.
Cause remember the Arabs. The Arabs was ruling in Damascus,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
they put they pretty much was the officers over the army.
Yep.
But we were the army.
Yeah.
We conquered it.
This is Ishmael here. Umayyad Caliphate.
Yes.
So we came after this. So they came conquering. You see the map here? They came conquering over, and we were the military of this Arabic empire here.
That's when they were enslaving us.
We were
taking
enslaving us,
yeah.
right? Enslaving us, rather we
Putting us in
convert
their
or
army.
we convert or we die or they enslave our families. So we were part of the military. Of course, we were the best fighters, of course. And then eventually, when they took Spain, that's when we ended up taking over. We took over as the Moors, the Arab Moors, and founded the Almohad dynasty and the Almoravid dynasty. So if I had mentioned last week that the Almoravids was Arabs, I was wrong. That was the Moors. I always confuse Umayyad because it sounds similar, man. Umayyad, Almohad, whatever. So Almohad was us, Almoravid was us, and the Umayyad was the Arabs. That's Ishmael's, Muhammad and all them. That's them. All right.
Yo, Amos, you can help us out with these names, bro.
Damn. So let's go back now. Now we got some more understanding. Read in this year again, a decisive battle was fought.
In this year, a decisive battle was fought between the Mandingos and the people from Tekror. Evidently, Almoravids from medieval Mauritania.
Morocco, that's Moors. Morocco, that's them, the same people. Almoravids from medieval or dark ages, Morocco or Mauritania. That was the same people. Go ahead.
Sundiata defeated Sumanguru and his people who had captured the seat of the Hebrew kings of Ghana and imposed a tribute on them.
So this guy may have been either Ham or whatever. So that's us either or. Hebrew kings of Ghana. All right. So remember the Ghanaian and Mali is like the same, pretty much the same people living in that area. It extended that far, right, Jazz? I believe Ghana and Mali. The empire extended that far between Ghana and Mali. It's the same governing people over the same area.
It started, the empire. Right, the empire started as the Ghanaian Empire was the first empire. Then it just kept getting bigger.
It got bigger, expanded to Mali. Expanding to Mali. All right. Go to page 120.
It is a known fact that the Jews and Judaism were in Africa 1,500 years before Islam, and that everywhere the Arabs went, the Jews were there.
So I showed you that map of the Umayyad Caliphate conquering from northeast to northwest. And when they were conquering, that's what they encountered. They encountered Judaism there. That's what Muhammad learned or was a biter and plagiarized Judaism and made his nonsense. Okay, him and his warring contemporaries. You had Uman, you had Omar. No, you had Abu Bakr, Oman, and you had somebody. I keep forgetting his name because they're important to me. But I think it's Uman, Abu Bakr, and somebody else. It was 4 of them. But they pretty much spread across from northeast Africa all the way to northwest, and then of course into part of Spain. And they were conquering and overthrowing us over time, because Muhammad found us to be, when we started to reject his message, I went over this before, he found us to be a threat in competition, and so he began to conquer us throughout these areas. And so when they conquered the top half of Africa, many of us fled southward into the what they call the sub-Sahara, bottom half of Africa. They took the top and pushed us on the bottom. Give me Deuteronomy 28 real quick, which makes sense.
Yep.
28.
Which led into the East African.
Yep, which led into the East African slave trade, and then of course the exactly.
Started chasing us down there.
Yep, and depopulating the areas as they progressed throughout Africa. That's why I said before, when they talk about free Palestine and all the other stuff, my sympathy is very, very limited to them, because they what the Israelis are doing to them in Palestine is what they were doing to us during this time right here. Pushing us out of our land into little portions, little areas here, like the Israelis are doing to them. Damn! 28 and 40, 43 and 44.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
So you shall get above you very high. So they literally took up the top half of Africa and pushed us to the low part of Africa. Go ahead.
He shall lend to thee.
He shall lend to thee. He's going to be rule over you. Go ahead.
And thou shalt not lend to him.
Come on.
He shall be the head.
It would be at the top of Africa, the head of Africa, the whole portion of it. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be the tail.
You'll be on the bottom, the sub of Africa, the bottom. It's the same thing. It's even geographically, is prophecy happening. Geographically, it took over. You understand? So they took pretty much the whole top half of Africa, gave us the sub-Saharas, and then they've ended up, moving downward and attacking us, enslaving us throughout the Sudan. Burkina Faso today, which is prospering very well. Shout outs to Ibrahim Traore doing his thing. Burkina Faso, under in old books, is referred to as Upper Volga, Upper and Lesser Volga. That's where pretty much the area in which our people also resided there as well in old books. That's Burkina Faso today. Forgot the other name under other names also. Forgot the name. I wrote it on my phone. I was researching the area. Because a lot of progress is taking place over there, and I was just to see exactly.
Can y'all pull up a map of Burkina Faso?
I want to also remind people that are watching that though we're reading these history books that are hundreds of years old, this is still happening today.
Yeah.
You still have our brothers as eunuchs guarding Muhammad's tomb.
Yeah, I got.
You still got Dubai was in the past 20 years was built up by slaves, and then y'all went to Italy, and the brother told y'all that he was sold twice by Arabs, and he had to fight for his freedom.
Yep.
And saved other people that were also caught up in the slave trade today. So this is still happening today.
Yeah. Slaves are being sold in Libya in the city of Triopolis.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's happening right now.
We say it all the time, y'all. We be making things up, but say it all the time.
And to go back to the point about the brother that was sold, we actually sat down and had an interview with the brother, and he gave us a first-hand account of him being sold twice. All right, so just stay tuned for that.
Yeah, it was called Upper Volga, the Republic of Upper Volga. The name was changed in '84 by Thomas Sankara, another honorable brother, a Pan-Africanist brother, who was killed for his people, who Traore models himself after, Thomas Sankara. You know who that is, you better ask somebody. You better figure it out. They were also referred to as Burkinabe originally. They gained independence from France in 1960. Well, twice. Again, they did it again recently. That's him right there, Thomas Sankara, another Pan-Africanist brother who brought many reforms and changed the face of that area and made us very, very prosperous in that area. Another brother I want to mention also, who I would not neglect to mention, is Gaddafi. Gaddafi was definitely our people. I don't care what anyone says. Mubarak Gaddafi was more than likely our people. Pictures of him, get a picture of him young, Gaddafi.
He looked like Don.
He looks like he's not like Simeon.
He was a Berber.
Yeah, he's a Berber, exactly,
a Berber.
which would be our people over there as well. And I don't mean an Arab Berber, a Hamite Berber. I mean a Jake Berber. There's a difference. All right.
Wasn't during that time, I believe it was Farrakhan that was speaking with, was it someone that was speaking with him on that side?
He spoke.
Someone in the black community
spoke to him, Gaddafi. I think it was Farrakhan spoke to him
about weapons and stuff like that.
I'm not sure about the weapons part.
Yeah, something like that.
Burkina Faso is a landlocked country. Is bordered by Mali. There we go. Northwest, Niger to the northeast, Benin to the southeast, Togo and Ghana to the south, and Ivory Coast to the southwest. So that's pretty much our people all throughout that area. It was renamed Burkina Faso by President Thomas Sankara. That's him right there. He looked like damn Huey P. Newton almost. That's him right there. That's him young.
Dang.
Okay? That's him young. Look like a damn, like a dude from Puerto Rico or something. I'll tell you straight. That's our people right there as well. Our brother looked out for our people.
He loved his people.
I think in Cuba also he looked out for him over there. I think it was in Cuba. He helped us out. I forgot what he did. But he loved his people, and I mean our people. He was first. He was I think operative for the white man. I think at first. And
So he
he
realized
changed your heart.
he's a devil.
Change your heart. You realize they're the devil.
Yep. And then he said, you know what, change, start over, help my people. Then he had him killed in front of the world because it was public. Terrible.
Yeah. So if you don't love your people, you're an operative for the white man.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, even if you're not the white man, you're operative for the white man regardless.
Yeah, Gaddafi was trying to give Farrakhan over $5 million to help with the black community, so he was helping.
And the Clinton administration won't give him the money.
Nope.
He gave it to him, but it's like they locked it.
frozen or
They
something.
froze it.
Yeah.
We can't get it. So that's that you know. Let's go on. It is a known fact. Oh no, sorry, I read that already. You got everything now?
I mean, on another note, with the what was happening today with the U.S. aid, AID, they found out that the Clinton administration, all the money that went to Haiti, they pocketed that money.
Wow.
And they gave like $20 million to their daughter for a mansion and for a wedding.
Wow. And Burkina Faso, what's the name? Traylor said that US aid. And he went and built a hospital so far. He also managed to get an electric vehicle there now. And so China is panicking. Toyota is panicking because they're like, yo, if this dude figured out they can build their own cars, they won't need us because Zambia is rich with copper, lithium, and cobalt. Without those three things, you cannot have electric cars. You have to have those three: copper, lithium, and cobalt. And Zambia is rich with those things, and Toyota relies on that. So China's been getting real buddy-buddy with Zambia because Zambia is next door. So if Toyota inspires that area of our brothers over there to just build their own cars for themselves, then Toyota's screwed because they're pretty much giving like Africa like 5% of the profit and collecting billions of their profit from the resources. So Toyota's like, nah. We're gonna sell our gold to China and Russia for the proper price. So we're making moves. We're making big moves over there. In Lord's will and time, and it's my hope, is we get out there and talk to that brother. I'm telling you straight. We're gonna be out there. We're gonna be in them areas teaching. Tell you straight.
Hey, Deke, mind if I read something really quick concerning Gaddafi and Farrakhan?
Sure.
Okay, I just sent it on the chat. Just going exactly what Deacon said about Gaddafi. He had some type of familiarity with the black community as far as struggles. So this was what Farrakhan said Gaddafi told him, if you read that first paragraph.
Farrakhan described Gaddafi as empathizing with blacks and allied against what Gaddafi called the racist mentality of Americans.
Read on.
The Libyan leader declared, I am your brother in blackness, your brother in Islam, and your brother in struggle, Farrakhan said.
So he understood, like, yo, I'm your brother in blackness and your religion, which was the wrong religion.
Yeah, but
he
your
understood the struggle.
So
If I, brother Judah, that's in Italy. If I can get him, I'm gonna try to get him to call in because he lived that whole Gaddafi era. He was in Libya when Gaddafi was ruling. He went through the war after Gaddafi died. He's seen it firsthand. So it would be nice if I get him to call in and explain.
so he saw it before and after.
He's seen everything. He was there.
Even
he
Trump,
lived it.
even Trump said, "Yo, man, them dudes removed Gaddafi. Libya is in ruins now. Libya is the ghetto now. Basically, is the ghetto. It's a country ghetto now. And what Thomas Sankara did to Burkina Faso is what Gaddafi did to Libya. And what Traore's doing now is what Gaddafi was doing back then. You know this dude arrested 3,000 niggas that's trying to take him out? 3,000 of his own people. Traore had them locked up and took their passports away. You know who ratted them out more than likely? Our own people, because they see this guy's getting us jobs. He's building up the country. Nah, y'all ain't killing him. Nah.
It sound like the niggas that were fasting until Paul died.
Yeah, and they're trying to he's trying to step down. The people are like, nah, you ain't stepping down, bro. You can't step down. No, you can't.
Yeah.
Get that real quick, Acts. Giving you guys more time. Y'all done yet? It's still going. All right, all praises. Give me Acts. Them niggas trying to kill Paul. You gotta read that, man.
Yeah, they was skinny as
Trying
hell.
to kill themselves.
Yeah, they lost mad
Them
weight.
dudes anorexic murderers. Anorexic, bulimic murderers.
What's that?
This Acts, this is 40 years old. Damn. It's been a while, man.
Yeah, it's been a while we read that.
Read that joint. I gotta write niggas on top of my paper so I know where to find it. Negroes for some of y'all. I apologize for your virgin ears. I apologize. Negroes, evil Negroes.
Acts 23.
23.
Yeah.
Yes. What part?
12.
Yeah,
12.
23 and 12. Read that.
Yes, okay. Acts chapter 23 and verse 12. And when it was day, certain of the Jews banded together and bound themselves under a curse,
A vow. Go ahead.
saying that they would neither eat nor drink till they had killed Paul.
They're gonna fast, and we're not gonna stop fasting until we kill Paul. These is Israelites. These are Israelites. Go ahead.
And they were more than 40.
But again, more than 40. Not even 40. He says more than 40. That could be 50 or 60.
Right.
More than 40. Go ahead.
Which had made this conspiracy.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
And they came to the chief priests and elders and said, we have bound ourselves under a great
Then
curse.
they went to the Israelite elders and said to them, listen, we put ourselves under a vow to kill this dude. Damn. So you think, okay, the elders will say, the elders will say, okay, listen, you guys are wrong. Don't do that. Watch. Read on.
For we have bound ourselves under a great curse, that we will eat nothing until we have slain Paul.
They went and told the elders of the people, we put ourselves under a vow to break the law, thou shalt not kill. Let's see what the elders say in response to this sin that these guys are openly admitting to. Read.
Now, therefore, ye with the council, signify to the chief captain that he bring him down unto you tomorrow, as though ye would inquire something more perfectly concerning him. And we, or ever he come near, are ready to kill him.
They telling the elders what they're going to do. They telling the elders who are supposed to govern the people by law, we're going to commit murder, okay, and you're going to help us. And the elders agreed to this. The elders, the black Negro elders agreed to this nonsense here. This goes to show, when you read the Bible, listen, man, I'm going to tell you straight. When you read the Bible, the biggest opposition in the Bible is our people.
Yep.
You can read on one hand how many times he had heathen run-ins with the disciples and apostles. The Messiah was not threatened by Herod and them. They mocked him. But our own people were the problem.
Deacon, Paul said he had rather go to Rome and deal with Esau.
Yeah, he said, that's later on in the chapters. He says, I'm going to appeal to Caesar. I'm going to go to the white man because you nigga elders, you Negro elders are going to try to kill me too. The white man has more honor in him than you. So I'm showing y'all that scripturally that the elders of our people, black men will conspire to kill you when you're trying to do right by them. Thomas Sankara had his own boy turned on him. I believe Denmark Vesey, the same thing with him.
Yep.
I think Jean-Jacques Dessalines, same with him.
Nat Turner.
Nat Turner, same with him.
Marcus Garvey.
Marcus Garvey, that same with him.
Yep.
Sabotage the ship.
Fred Hampton.
Fred
Black
Hampton, same thing.
Malcolm.
Same thing.
Everybody.
Martin Luther King, too. Sharpton than them.
Yep.
Them two.
Yep.
Gedaliah in the Bible.
Gedaliah, Jason, Menelaus,
Yep.
Judas Iscariot.
Damn.
Every time you read the Bible, you find a Negro, a nigger. I'm going to say nigger. I don't care. A nigger comes along and destroys everything. That's heads up the white man's behind. It never fails. Never fails. Whenever you are a revolutionary or so-called, quote-unquote, Pan-Africanist, that's what the prophets were pretty much. That's what Israel was. It was in Africa. So you can call them Pan-Africanists. Christ was a Pan-Africanist also. All the brothers who sought for the benefit, even speaking Nehemiah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nehemiah, same thing. Noadiah and the other niggas say, yo, man, come in the temple and meet me so-and-so. No, I was like, I'm not going to meet you in a damn temple. And the black woman, too. Noadiah, the black woman. In Tuskegee Air Experiment, the black woman.
Yep.
The CDC vaccinating black children, giving them autism. The black woman hiding the paperwork, burning the paperwork. It never fails. It's always a nigger or niggette. Always. Read that. I'm sorry. I'm getting pissed off. Read on.
And when Paul's sister's son heard of their lying in wait.
So Paul had a sister, his nephew overheard them plotting. Go ahead.
He went and entered into the castle and told Paul. Then Paul called one of the centurions unto him and said, bring this young man unto the chief captain, for he hath a certain thing to tell him.
What did Paul tell Zechariah to do? Tell the authorities. Call the police. Let them know that these Negroes is trying to kill me. He didn't say let the Lord do it. I can't snitch. No snitching.
Right.
Don't say nothing. I'm about that life. Things happen, son. Nah, I mean? Paul wasn't talking like that. Nah, I mean, yo, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, son. Nah, yo, be quiet. Don't say nothing, nigga. Be quiet. I'm saying no. Yo, go on somewhere, man. Be die, man. That's the trap. That's what life's about, man. You die, I'm saying. But Paul's like, nah, man. Go tell the captain that these ignorant niggas is trying to kill me for no reason. Nah, I mean, son, like, nah, I mean, like, yo, like, nah, I mean, like, you be reading and shit, like, nah, I mean, like, yo, like, reading is good, like, nah, I mean, like, yo, I'm saying, like, yo, like, congratulations, nigga. Congratulations. I would be reading and shit.
Hey, but D, can we get first Maccabees 11:21?
Let's finish it up first and we'll go there.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, read on.
Verse 17. Oh, sorry, verse 18.
Yeah.
So he took him and brought him to the chief captain and said, Paul, the prisoner, called me unto him and prayed me to bring this young man unto thee, who hath something to say unto thee.
Go ahead.
Then the chief captain took him by the hand and went with him aside privately and asked him, what is that thou hast to tell me?
Go ahead.
And he said, the Jews have agreed to desire thee, that thou wouldest bring down Paul tomorrow into the council, as though they would inquire somewhat of him more perfectly.
Yeah, something to ask him. Go ahead.
But do not thou yield unto them, for there lie in wait for him of them more than 40 men, which have bound themselves with an oath.
A curse. Go ahead.
That they will neither eat nor drink
Fast.
till they have killed him. And now are they ready, looking for a promise from thee. So the chief captain then let the young man depart, and charged him, see thou tell no man that thou hast shewed these things to me.
Go ahead.
And he called unto him two centurions, saying, make ready 200 soldiers to go to Caesarea, and horsemen 70.
He said, gather 270 men to escort. This is a police escort for Paul. Gather for above 40 men. I got something for them. Gather 200 men here, 200 soldiers, and then he says, gather
70 horsemen.
70 horsemen. That's 70 horsemen on top of the 200 men. Go ahead.
And spearmen 200 at the third hour of the night.
Oh, shit. 370 men. Get 370 men to escort Paul out of here. Go ahead.
And provide them beasts, that they may set Paul on, and bring him safe unto Felix, the governor.
That's all I want. So Paul got a police escort to safety to reach the governor. Right. So y'all say, oh, don't deal with the authorities. We don't. That's not Bible. Right. That's nigga politics. That ain't Bible.
Deke,
All
this is a foretelling for us too, because as the scripture says, it will come a time when they that slay thee will think they do the Lord's will.
Yep.
That's exactly what they was doing.
Mm-hmm. So my main point was that show that our people is always the enemy. Not the heathens were secondary. And our people were primary enemies of the truth. All right. Now, let's get Oh, you want to get Jez Maccabees, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They were scoffing Noah too when he was
Oh yeah, Noah too. Noah went through the same thing.
Yep.
Same thing, man. Noah too.
Jeremiah.
Yep.
Yeah. Just showing you the men that we just read about doing in the Acts, the same men.
Reoccurring niggas over and over again. I call them reoccurring niggas over and over again, coming along causing problems.
Being recycled.
Recycled Negroes. Reserved for death.
11:21.
Okay. Second or first?
First Maccabees.
Oh yeah, definitely this one.
Yeah.
Yep. And to get 1061 first. Then read this one. You definitely 1061 first.
First Maccabees, chapter 10 and verse 61. At that time, certain pestilent fellows of Israel.
That's low-life Negroes. Pestilent Negroes. Go ahead.
Men of a wicked life.
Wicked life means they're in the street, in the hood, doing this a waste of semen. This is a waste of time. Damn. Go ahead.
Assembled themselves against him.
Like Paul. Go ahead.
To accuse him. But the king would not hear them.
The king wasn't hearing it. They ran to the white man. Yo, this guy's a problem. The white man was like, man, these guys is haters. God, they're going somewhere. Now go 11:21.
First Maccabees chapter 11 and verse 21. Then certain ungodly persons who hated their own people.
There you go. Same culprits again. Go ahead.
Went unto the king and told him that Jonathan besieged the tower.
So I'm just showing you that throughout the history of the Bible, you'll find that the biggest opposition of our people who sought the liberty and freedom and justice and fairness and equity and honor of our people were always sought after and attacked or a target by evil, ignorant black people, man. That's why I don't sit around the corner, white man the devil. I don't even have time to talk about that. Right. The first thing I go into camp, I say, you niggas. That's the first word of my tongue is nigga. I tell you straight. Because that's the biggest problem. The biggest problem, you don't understand we fell as a people because of niggas?
Yes, sir.
There were niggas around before the white man. Well, I'm a product of my environment. You understand that there were niggas around before the white man was in existence? You understand that? When he was in Mount Sierra in the caves eating lice, whatever he was doing, we were being niggas. Divided among ourselves. Fighting, killing it. Give me Hosea 4:1. Give me that real quick. I ain't even get my topic yet. Damn. It's the spirit. It is what it is, man. Give me Hosea 4:1.
This is the topic of the spirit right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to go. It's taking me somewhere else, man. Hosea 4:1.
Hosea chapter 4 and verse 1.
I'm trying to deal with this being a kingdom.
Right.
But I keep thinking about Negroes. I'm like, no, go to that first. I'm going to start the negative first and go to the positive. Hosea 4:1.
Hear the word of the
I
Lord.
guarantee you there's a Negro right now in the chat causing problems. I might look at the chat. My phone is off. I guarantee you right now as I'm teaching, there's an ignorant Negro in the chat saying something stupid and irrelevant he can't prove. I guarantee you. Whenever the truth comes out, there's always an ignorant nigga in existence. So it's like a nigga portal. They just pop in, they come out. Oh, what truth? There's truth coming out? I gotta disrupt it. I'm telling you, it's like a Negro Stargate.
Hey, D,
That have come through and cause problems. I don't understand it.
That happened on that movie Supercell. Remember the niggas was coming out of the portals?
Yeah, the black one. Yeah, it never fails. It never fails. What? Understanding? Truth? Righteousness coming out? Oh, no, I gotta come in and destroy it.
The alarm goes off. They start going down the pipe like the freaking firefighters
fire,
do.
Yep.
It's like Stink Meaner on Boondocks. Hold on, I smell new shoes.
Hosea 4:1.
Hosea chapter 4 and verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
The Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Read on.
Because there is no truth,
There is no truth in the land of our people. Go ahead.
nor mercy,
There was no mercy. There was violence and evil on our people. Go ahead.
nor knowledge of God in the land.
No knowledge of no application of God's laws in the land. Watch. He's going to explain what that means.
By swearing
False promises,
and lying
lying,
and killing
killing going on,
and stealing
going on,
and committing adultery.
messing with people's wives or vice versa, husbands. Go ahead.
They break out, and
It spreads. It spreads in what?
blood toucheth blood.
And brother kill brother. Sound familiar? Now, was Esau around during this time? Yeah. Was he over this? No.
Damn.
I'm gonna give you something. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something more. Get me Micah 2:8. Watch this. Watch. Let me show you something. Watch this. Show you how it's us. How you know it's us. Micah 2:8.
Micah chapter 2 and verse.
Hold on, let me get there with you.
Yes, sir.
Small books, damn it. Micah, okay, read that. Micah 2:8. Watch
Micah
this.
chapter 2 and verse 8. Even of late,
Even as of now, Micah says, of late, watch.
my people
My people, Micah says, go ahead.
is risen up as an enemy.
They act as enemies of each other. Go ahead.
Ye pull off the robe
They take your jacket. They steal your jacket from you, your robe. Go ahead.
with the garment from them that pass by securely.
We walking on the street, minding your business. On, give me your jacket, nigga. Phone check, nigga. Phone check. They come and take your clothes off your back. Watch this.
As men adverse from war.
As if there's a war going on. They snatch your clothes off of you. Is that it? Oh no, there's more. Go on. Is there more?
Yeah, next verse.
Go ahead.
The women of my people have ye cast out from their pleasant houses. From their children have ye taken away my glory forever.
No, I don't want that one. Give me Amos 2:6. Watch. So they snatch your robe off of you. When you walk, you heading back home, minding your business, someone snatch your coat off of you, rob you at gunpoint for your coat. Amos 2:6. Watch
Amos
this.
chapter 2 and verse 6. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Israel, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
Watch this.
Because they sold the righteous for silver,
We sell each other out for money. We sell each other out for money. Watch this.
and the poor for a pair of shoes.
What they do?
And the poor for the pair of
They'll
shoes.
sell you out for a pair of sneakers,
Gosh.
for Jordans, for Yeezys.
Or they'll call the hotline to get you deported
Yeah, that too.
for the reward.
For a
that.
reward, for sneakers.
Yep.
They'll sell you out for money or for a pair of shoes. Sound familiar? This ain't white folks doing this for a pair of shoes. That's not what white folks do.
The nigga is an ancient breed.
The Negro. The Negro is an ancient species of old time. The first nigga in existence was Cain.
The lineage goes way back.
The first nigga that ever existed was Cain. Read on.
Verse 7. That pant after the dust of the earth on the head of the poor,
They seek money. Go ahead.
and turn aside the way of the meek,
Watch this.
and a man of his father,
No. Read again properly.
and a man and his
A
father
man and his father will do what?
will go in unto the same maid.
They go and sleep with the same woman. They share a woman.
Man.
Oh, gosh.
Man and his father and son sharing a woman. Read on.
To profane my holy name.
Come on, man. Come on. This is before white man was over us. So we had laws in place. Don't sleep. Don't take your son's wife. And so don't take your father's wife. We were doing these things before there was white folks.
an evil world
All
we
white
live in.
folks did was take our behavior that they saw in us, when they explored the world, and they reinforced bad behavior and exploited it. We've always been this way. Oh, the white man made me. No. He simply enhanced it and reinforced it as a good behavior.
And glorified it.
Hey, Deke, 2 Peter chapter 2 gives you a timeline of niggas.
Yeah, read it. Get it. Oh,
Read from verse 1.
I'm trying my hardest to leave niggas alone, but I just can't, man. It's like, once you start talking about them, you can't stop till the class is over. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to we continue and just go about Negroes all day.
They thought that rapper sister was lying when she said what she said. She said,
What?
I come from a generation of hoes since Egypt.
They-
She was real.
Hey, Captain Joel just posted a scripture too. I don't know if we read it. Amos 2:6.
I read that.
Yeah,
Just read that. Yeah, just read it.
Hey, Shalom, Cap. What's like
Shalom,
Christ?
Cap.
It's probably delayed. It's probably delayed.
Yeah,
That's the spirit,
yep.
though.
All praise.
2 Peter 3 and what?
You said 2 and 1 or 3 and 1?
2 Peter's 2. Just from the beginning, it goes down to like
2 and 1. Read that.
2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies,
Yep.
even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
Come on.
Sorry.
Take your
Verse
time.
2.
Take your time. Come on.
And many
Ain't
shall
no rush. We got a break soon, but after this, we'll take a break. Those of y'all who got questions regarding the topic of Negroes, you can text us
Regarding niggas.
Yeah,
And their lineage.
it's a real thick. I know it's a real deep. It's a real deep and complex conversation. You might have some complex questions regarding the origin of the Negro. But 267-702-6121. That's 267-702-6121. You can text us, or you can also Zoom call in and share your thoughts on the Negro and why he exists and where he came from and his natural habitat.
Hey, you
And
know,
his eating habits.
You know how
And murderous intent.
you
And
know,
thievery. I'm sorry. I can go on and on. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you know how
I'm
Bishop
sorry.
Yawasop says the nigga was created in America. This is what actually happened. You know how Wolverine got upgraded with the adamantium?
Yeah, yep.
That's what happened with the nigga in America.
X.
He got
Weapon N.
man.
Nigga.
He got upgraded in America because he was always here. So he got upgraded.
Yo, didn't they show that on they cloned Tyrone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They showed the nigga being upgraded in the
Yep.
lab. He's being made
Yep,
in the lab.
The music.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what happened, yo.
They made him fight, made him hug.
Became Weapon X
Gave him
in
chicken,
America.
gave him church, gave him chicken in church. Yep.
It was a whole experiment.
Yep. Read on.
Verse 2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of.
Why is that? Because we're going to have Israelites coming to the truth of who they are and make the truth look bad. Because they're going to be in the truth, but still doing nigga stuff. Still doing Negro things. We have to see them now. Saying Negro things and doing Negro things and Negro behavior, making the Israelite, making the truth itself look bad. That's what he's saying. Follow their own lustful ways while in the truth. Go ahead.
And through covetousness shall they with fiend words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not.
They're going to die. They're reserved for death. You know?
That covetousness where they would rob you, they'll
Yup.
sell you out for money,
Share
for
a woman,
shoes.
share
all
women.
that. Yep.
All of that. Go ahead.
For if God spared not the angels that sinned,
He spared not the sons of God in the beginning that sinned. He didn't spare them. They got drowned. They got drowned to death. Go ahead.
but cast them down to hell,
To death. Go ahead.
and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved unto
The
judgment.
chains of darkness is them being evil over and over and over and over again. Reoccurring niggas. I'm spitting. Damn. Reoccurring Negroes. Reoccurring Negroes. That's what it is. Chains of darkness. Go ahead. That goes into this flesh here, but also them being put in that spirit forever of always being evil.
Yep.
If you are evil Negro now in the truth, you'll be one in the world. You'll be one in the truth now.
Right.
You are one evil Negro in the truth then, and you're evil now. If you're evil in the world now and stay that way, you're gonna be evil. You were the same way back then too. And you got drowned to death. You got drowned back then. You're gonna burn this time.
D, that's the same thing the Lord told Jeremiah. He said there's good figs and there's evil figs.
Yep.
The evil, I'm going to deliver to slavery and the sword and pestilence every single time.
Yep, every time.
This generation shall not pass.
Yep.
Yep. You're gonna come back and just come back over and over again. So I'm tired of you. All right. So we're gonna take a quick break. Come back to the topic. Hopefully, I don't know. I'll see how I feel after the break. Let's see what happens. But we'll be right back. Take a quick break with y'all. Stay tuned. We're gonna go into try to go into the history of the Mandingos and the Moors. All right. So stay tuned. We got lots of good stuff for y'all. Shalom.
Reporting that shots have been fired.
I heard shots and then a woman shouting, my baby's been shot.
2 out of 3 children are worried about becoming victims of violence.
Send him to labor, that he be not idle.
That he be not what?
Be not idle.
I know pretty much a few people. I've mentioned that already. Do you give them tasks to do? Do you set them things to do? Do you give them a purpose? Do you give them a vision? or you just leave them to be and just let the world take care of them. Sometimes the kids will just go on TikTok and they're just scrolling, no purpose. They're not looking for any information. All they're doing is just, what's the latest? That becomes a problem. Read.
For idleness teacheth much evil.
For idleness teacheth much evil. The most important thing that we must build is that vision. They must have a vision. What I say we do about it is, first, we need to make sure that we get rid of this foolish music.
So we're here today to arm you guys on how to better prepare yourself to deal with youth violence conflicts resolution. Don't make a lifetime decision on short-term emotion. So while you're here, you want to live your imprint on this planet. And to do that, you cannot be an emotional person. Because when you are emotional, what happened? You can't think straight. Your emotion will cloud your better judgment.
A lot of girls, when you grow up in a single parent household and you have a void from fatherless homes, it's like you're out there searching for love, you're searching for some type of validation, you're searching for a void that only your father, if your father was in your life, he would be able to help you.
There's a quote that says it's easier to build strong children than to fix broken men. So it's not personal, broken men cannot be fixed, but we're focusing more on the youth right now because it's easier to get to them.
And one of the quotes that one of the speakers said today was, it can't be an eye for an eye, or otherwise we'd all be blind. Sometimes you have to turn the other cheek, which I thought was very important.
Why are black people going through the stuff we go through? Why is all the hatred we have between one another? All these things we have to look at because we never got no true instruction on how to move.
All the nation on the earth, why the world beat so big? Disobey Most High.
That same image, you see it everywhere. But you see, when the Bible, when we read a description of Christ, it's a black man.
You already converted me because I already did the same.
Yes, I'll say it. I like that.
I think the same. When you talk like my course music, because I hear what you're saying. I'm hearing what you're saying.
That's God calling you.
Logic.
That's God calling you, my sister.
Yes. Right? Your skin raises when you guys talk.
Right?
What is going on out there? We have an army of black men marching downtown. Is it a gang? It doesn't appear to be a gang. They are way too organized. Why are they there? It seems as if they're just marching downtown. Wait a minute. It's a blitz. It's a blitz. It's a blitz.
They don't want to play with us. Hey, the word of the Lord, we sprung in the soil. Yeah, it can be dangerous. And we gon' ride, cause it ain't a thing to us. We keeping in charge, they pulling your guard, cause it ain't a game to us. We outside, 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 we outside.
Shining light up on your past, you know he been lying. We been corrupted, now disgusted, it's time to break him down. You ain't never had the spirit, no, not one time. Got our people up every Sunday coming to pay your tithe. Hey, but it's time for the real. Samuel, yeah, it's time for the kill. Christianity, part of my friends, but that itch got us breaking the seal. Taught us sin, yeah, it made us to kneel. White Jesus like everywhere. Broke our spirit and it made us scared. Now we in the streets, spiritually dead. Pull up, you already know what it is. You hear the boots banging and the trumpet ringing, you know we all up in your grill. Cause this is got to cease. Moving sin, yeah, the mark of the beast. We ain't come here to fight you. We only came here to teach, expanding our reach. Oh, you say you love the people, well, we about to see. Denounce everything that you done taught and give up your seat. Yeah, we knew you wouldn't, cause you ain't for the sheep. You a
They don't wanna play with us. The word of the Lord, we sprung in the soil. Yeah, it can be dangerous. And we gon' ride, cause it ain't a thing to us. We keeping in charge, they pulling your car, cause it ain't a game to us. We outside, we outside, we outside,
Tell your pastor we outside, we need to talk to him. That purple and gold, the army of God.
Do you think this is more important than watching the Super Bowl?
As a black man in America with the climate that we in right now, no form of entertainment supersedes our camaraderie and understanding our position as black men.
They out here to watch a game, we out here to play no games. We out here to wake up the 12 tribes of Israel who's out here in these Greekish fashions.
I said, best thing I've seen in a long time. Read this.
All right, we're back from the break. We got a little bit more left on Negroes. We're going to transition to something more positive, hopefully. You got something, Jess, for Paul,
Yes.
regarding Paul?
So we just read in Acts, what was it, Acts
23.
Acts 23,
12
how,
and down.
how the niggas, the wicked niggas, they fasted to kill Paul. And remember, Paul, he called the centurions to gather, what, about 200
370 men.
Right.
To escort him out of there.
To escort him. So I wanted to, hey, pull that up real quick. How Paul was able to get that type of escort. It's the last page on the OHH. Last page. Yep. All right, see, so it says passports through the ages. All right, so passports always been a thing to be able to travel. Right, start at the search for adventure.
The search for adventure, the urge to travel, and the consequent development of formal travel documents have always been necessary factors in the relationship among nations.
Right, so you always needed some type of documents in order to travel. Go ahead.
In antiquity and the Middle Ages, the passport was granted to only a few persons as a special privilege.
Damn, so having a passport is a special privilege. Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Special privilege, go ahead.
Foreign travel was virtually unknown in those times, for there was little communication between the members of the various tribes, states, or nations.
Read.
The few internal passports issued differed in nature and purpose from the modern type.
Watch this.
The Roman Empire granted diplomas and special papers as a favor to messengers and other privileged persons to facilitate their travel.
So
that's Paul.
That's Paul. During the Roman Empire, you needed a passport in order. Remember, he had Roman citizenship, so that came with some power, some type of power, right? Go ahead.
The holders of these documents had the right to avail themselves of public horses.
Go ahead.
Enjoyed certain traveling facilities and were guaranteed some degree of protection from their persons, and their goods.
Wow. So this is how Paul was. He had Roman citizenship, so that he had those type of documents, the passport. That's how he was able to call those 370 men to his person to protect them.
Yep.
Because he had that type of those type of special
credentials.
Yep.
There's a scripture on his the documents.
Yeah, the parchments.
Yeah,
the parchments.
Parchments.
Yep.
Yeah.
You covered that in a few classes.
Yeah, that's why. Yep.
Get 2 Corinthians 11 and 26 just to prove my point and to finalize the point before we jump back to the topic that we left from because of my shout out to Captain Gedaliah, the righteous rant.
Right. Oh, praise.
Oh man. 2 Corinthians 11:26.
2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 26. And journeyings often, and perils of water.
Water, because he had shipwreck, perils of waters.
And perils of robbers.
Perils of who?
perils of robbers.
Getting robbed. He had perils of getting robbed. Go ahead.
In perils by my own countrymen.
By his own people. He mentions them first. By mine own countrymen. Go ahead.
In perils by the heathen.
Then the heathen is secondary. I keep telling y'all. His own countrymen, then heathen. Go ahead.
In perils in the city. In perils in the wilderness. In perils in the sea.
Go ahead.
In perils among false brethren.
Mentions them again. His own people again. So I'm just telling y'all, man. Negroes are always a problem. You got a text?
To this day.
Let's go back to the point. Let's go back to the topic. What we got?
Bring it up a little bit. The light.
Upgraded Negroes.
zoom out and then bring it up a little. I can't really.
What up next?
He zoomed in. Oh gosh. No,
we made it worse.
Go back.
Shalom. I got you.
Thank you, bro.
I see it.
Got human
Scroll up again.
there.
Shalom. So when dealing with the upgraded Negroes at the job, on the streets, etc., do you still try to deal with them according to the scripts or move on from them? All praise.
On the job, be mindful of the job because, you have to be very, very tactful at work. Because sometimes a Negro will say, oh, you part of a hate group and get you fired. So my advice is not to deal with them at all at work at all. Just be civil, be respectful, and just kind of keep it moving. Now, in the street, it's the same thing. Brothers, you got our people are very, very, violent. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you can endanger yourself or your life or your loved ones who may be with you at the time. So you have to. I'm not saying don't confuse my passion for anger. Well, it is anger, but there's no confuse the passion, the angry passion I have for being violent towards your own people. My point is that they always existed, and there'll always be a problem to us until the very end. And so we must learn to be. Give me that. Why the serpents, harmless as doves? Christ said how to deal with them.
Matthew 10:16.
Yeah, get that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Go ahead.
Be therefore wise as serpents.
Be therefore wise. The serpents know how to slither their way out of things. They're very Paul was very tactful, very, very strategic on how they move, how they behave, how they speak, how they think. As a serpent, wise as a serpent, go ahead.
And harmless as doves.
And not to be violent, so we get into physics, because doves are not violent birds. They're pleasant birds, so you have to be very mindful. Just be very mindful and very, very tactful as to how you operate with our people in the world or even the truth. It goes both directions. All right? So don't just, I'm not saying be out there mad at our people are destroyed. Despite the ignorance I speak of, we are a fractured community. We are a destroyed people, but that doesn't give us license to go off and just be on their level and stoop down. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that they exist, they've always existed, and there'll always be a problem to the end. But that doesn't give us license to be violent towards them. Right. And if you're keeping God's laws and commandments, give me Ecclesiastes 8 and 5, Ecclesiastes 8 and 5. If you're keeping God's commandments, you'll be all right. You'll be fine. If the Lord allow. But if it's your time, it's your time. God forbid.
That's why Christ and Stephen said, forgive them for they know
not
not
what they do. Exactly. Ecclesiastes 8 and 5.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing.
Keep the commandments of God. You shall feel no evil thing. You shall feel no evil thing. So keeping God's laws and commandments tends to keep you out of trouble. All right? Now, next question is what now? Shalom, mighty prophets, regarding the Negro, why is there so much hate among us to be educated on black history? Also, was all the tribes in the Moorish culture? No. Not all. Some were Christian, some maintained Judaism, some maintained Judaism, some maintained pagan Christianity, and some maintained Islam. So we were divided in those different fronts as well. And some are pagan. So it's different. The same way we are today as the Moors. But the Moors, the Islam was a governing force or faith at the time of the Moors. Another text, or that's it? That's it. All right. So let's go to page 1. No, go to Earth and its Inhabitants. Earth and its Inhabitants. Okay. Earth and its Inhabitants, Africa by Elise Recluse. Elise Recluse. This is 1888. Okay, very good book. Very good book. Okay, page 174. Let's read that.
Inhabitants, the Mandingos. Below the Fula and Jalonki territories, most of the riverine populations belong to the Mandingan Negro family.
The Mandingan Negro family. If you watch the movie Django, when they had a Mandingo fight going on, that was us. Mandingo fighting. They had us fighting each other like animals for entertainment and profit. Damn. Okay, Monsieur Candy with DiCaprio's. You watch that fighting scene. Those are Mandingos he had fighting because we were known to be very strong and brute. Go ahead.
Which is
the movie also the guy was standing there. It's called Mandingo.
Yeah, the movie.
Old movie called Mandingo. Yeah. That too. Go ahead.
Ken Norton. He was a boxer. He was an actual boxer.
Yes, her. I'm not doing him. Yes. Go ahead.
Which is most numerously represented on the western slope of the hills in this basin, but which also penetrates into the Senegal region towards Bakel and Bafulabe, and into many districts in the zone of the southern rivers.
Come on.
In some parts of the Senegambia, this nation is best known by the name of Malinke or Mali men.
See that? So the Mandingos are referred to as Malinke or Mali men. Okay, read on.
Recalling the empire of Mali.
Right, go ahead.
Or Meli.
Meli, that's the old maps. Meli with an E or the I at the end. Go ahead.
Which formerly embraced the whole of the upper Niger Basin.
So the spread far and wide. Come on.
Even after its destruction by the Songhais, the Mansa or emperor.
See that? So Mansa means emperor, like Mansa Musa. Emperor Musa, Emperor Moses. Go ahead.
Long retained the veneration of his ancient Gambian subjects.
Go down. Read in 1862.
In 1862, the Mandingan marabouts, formerly called Bushrines, destroyed hundreds of pagan villages and even towns along the right bank of the Gambia. And
I believe the marabouts were Muslims. Go ahead.
And the inhabitants, here contemptuously called Saninkes.
So the inhabitants here, the Mandingan marabout, they were called, the Mali people, Mandingos are called Saninkes. Go ahead.
Had to accept the new faith.
I'm right. So the marabouts were Muslims, and they were forced to accept the new faith, which is Islam. Jump down. So Saninkes. Go to the next page. Yep. Read at present day.
At present day.
No, the Mandingans. Go to the Mandingans. The Mandingans.
The Mandingans, who are now broken up into many rival petty states.
Why? Because we're divided in evil. Always divided. Always different states, divided divisions among ourselves. We can't get together. For a long time, even as a kingdom, we split into two. Always dividing among ourselves. Because there's into many rival petty states. Go ahead.
Are excellent husbandmen.
But we were good farmers. Go ahead.
But display their remarkable talents chiefly as traders.
And good sellers, good hustlers. Go ahead.
They have been compared to the Saracoles.
So the Saninkes are compared to the Saracoles. Go ahead, watch.
The Jews of West Africa.
See that? So the Mandingos, Saninkes, Saracoles, all the same people, referred to as the Jews of West Africa. We read that earlier. Go ahead.
But unlike them, are chiefly wholesale dealers, carrying on a large caravan trade between Sierra Leone and Timbuktu, and extending their expeditions from the Senegal to the lower Niger.
Go down. Is there more? Go down, go down, go down. That's all I want. So the Saracoles or the Saninkes, the Mandingo or Mali men were referred to as the Jews of West Africa. These were kingdoms. Mansa Musa was a Jew. Sundiata Keita was a Jew of the Za Hebrew dynasty. Okay, the Mandingos were Israelites. They were Israelites. That's the point I'm bringing to. That's the point I'm bringing to y'all. All right. Is there more in this book? Let me see if I want some more. Let me see one second. Let me see what else I want. Give me New World Jury real fast. Jury real quick. Story time of Satan real fast. Last page I want to get out before we close out on it. It might be random, but I just want to bring it out anyway. Page 61. I want to see why I wanted that page. I forgot why. Let me see it. Let me see. Let me see. Go down. Yeah, that's fine. I'll tie it in together. Go up. I'll tie it together. Read that. While the Dutch
were in Brazil.
This is the New World Jury, by the way. New World Jury book, page 61. Read that.
There was little incentive for the Jews to leave because they had more religious freedom than any Jewish community in the world except the one in Amsterdam.
These are the so-calls. Go ahead, jump down. Being a tradesman.
Being a tradesman was the major economic role of the Jews during the colonial period.
They sold slaves. Jump down to there was asentistas.
There were asentistas, slave contractors or brokers.
So these Jews are called asentistas, slave contractors or brokers. Go ahead.
Who brought Negroes from Africa.
These so-called the Israelis brought Negroes from Africa. That includes your Mandingos. Go ahead.
And participated in the purchase and sale of slaves.
Go ahead.
Of the slaves. Most asentistas were Dutch.
Dutch or Dutch so-called Dutch Israelis. Go ahead.
The word nigger stems from the Dutch word knicker, which means black.
So they called us knickers. Not nigger, but knickers they called us. Knickers. Go down. Is there more? That's all I wanted. So they were involved. I'm going to touch on this. So the Israelis were involved in selling the slaves as well. They were the brokers. That's all I wanted for that. Now go to page 122 of Babylon Timbuktu. You got something, Jez, or no?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
When you finish.
What you have? What do you have?
Go to the Telegram real quick and get I know it's a couple pages I posted. African countries and inhabitants. Well, actually, you can start here.
Do we have this?
Which one?
Oh, this is new. Do we have this or this is new?
This is new.
All right, good.
We went over it before, I believe. Read this. You can read the highlighted section.
Mr. Jackson mentions the countries of Lamlam.
Oh, wow, here we go.
And Meli.
So Deacon was just bringing out about Meli, Mali, Malinke.
And Lamlam was depopulated by the Arabs. They depopulated the area, but Lamlam was a Jewish city.
Mm-hmm.
They depopulated it. Go ahead. And Mali as well. Part of it. Go ahead.
Not in the erroneous position of Leo, but as fixed by the Arabs.
Hold on. The Leo here, he's saying Leo's description was erroneous. So Leo was referring to Leo Africanus, who was a knowledgeable cartographer we mentioned earlier that had a memory like Luke, memory like Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Leo. So he's saying that Leo got this part wrong. Whatever. He got this wrong. Go ahead.
But as fixed by the Arabs.
So he's saying not by the description of Leo gives, but more so the Arabs' description of the area. Go ahead.
And adds that they are reported to be inhabited by one of the lost tribes of Israel.
Wow. Right. There you go. So the Europeans knew that the countries of Lamlam and Meli or Mali were inhabited by the tribes of Israel. So the Mandingos, the Mandingo kings, Mansa Musa, Sundiata Keta, these were Hebrew kings, Israelite kings. Undeniable evidence, undeniable truths behind this. Okay?
Now go to the go out of this and go to African countries. I'll point you in the right direction. Just go to the Telegram. All right, go to like the 4th page. Y'all should know that book, African countries. Page 75. You see it? It start with Mandingos. Like 75. Come on. You got it? Come on. Not this one, no. It's on the Telegram, the OHH Telegram. The last, you see these pages I posted at the end? Page 75. All right, go up. All right, go back down. Y'all losing me right here. Come on, go down. Go down. All right, go down. Yeah, click on right here. You see that link right? Yeah, click that and go to page 75.
Oh, we had this.
Yep, yes, sir. I don't know if you had it in your notes, Deep. But
Page 8. This is 1868.
Yep.
It's
Yes,
good.
sir.
Good stuff.
75. Is that it?
No, I don't got this in my arsenal. No, that's good. Use that.
77. Go to page 77. Come
This is
on.
by that brother, right? Written by that brother right here?
Yes,
Written by
sir.
that brother. Yeah. Your brother, this is a brother wrote this book in the 1800s. So this is a black guy's only book, but an old one.
Right. Go down some. All right, right here. Start at blow it up. Blow it up. No, not like that. You see the arrow right here? Yes.
Yeah. The Jolas from there.
You can start at the Syrians.
The Syrians, or Series, and Jolas, who are found in British Gambia, are unimportant races, as their numbers are so few that they occupy no important political position in the colony.
Jump down to the point. Go to the next paragraph. Come on, right here. Mandingos.
Mandingos.
Uh-huh.
The tribe in the immediate neighborhood of British Gambia is the Mandingo, a tall, athletic, warlike race of men.
That's why they captured them.
Right.
It says tall, athletic, meaning they were built, and warlike. We were fierce. That's why they took us as slaves. Those the Dutch traders. Okay, I mentioned that earlier in that other book, New World Jury. Go ahead. So we were prime stock. All right, in slavery. Go ahead.
Who are always carrying on war with one another.
Oh, God, jeez. Rival petty states, same thing, always fighting each other all the time. Go ahead.
They are divided into two great classes, marabouts and Sanikis.
So the marabouts was us fighting each other then. Mm-hmm. So the marabouts were the Muslim groups of us, and the Soninques were the Jews. So, wow, okay, it makes sense. So go back to the whole go back to the book before. Go back to and its inhabitants. No, not this one. Earth as inhabitants. Page 170. Not that one. 175. Wow. I did say Muslims, but I said Arabs, so I'm wrong about that one. Go back. That clears it up. Go down, go down, go down, go down. Now go to page 134.
Your phone on?
Oh, it might be. Sorry. All right. 174. Read, but while the encroaching in one direction.
But while encroaching in one direction, they lose ground in another. And in the east, the Fulas are continually gaining on them.
1862, I'm sorry.
In 1862, the Mandingan marabouts.
So the Mandingan marabouts were Mandingan Muslims. Mm-hmm. So these are our people that embraced Islam, that pretty much helped the Arabs overthrow our people within that area here. That's why I said there was rivalry, because we maintained Judaism. So you have a bunch of brainwashed Negroes fighting other Negroes who maintained Judaism. So the Marabout Mandingans were Muslim Mandingos. Go ahead.
Formerly called Bushrings, destroyed hundreds of pagan villages.
When it says pagan, it means Israelite, Judaic villages. Their own people. Go ahead.
And even towns along the right bank of the Gambia. And the inhabitants here contemptuously called Sanikes.
They contemptuously called their brothers Soninques, who maintained what? They were the Jews of West Africa. They called them Sanikes over there. Go ahead.
Had to accept the new faith.
Did I go back to my point about niggas? Damn, they go back full circle. Muslim Negroes attacking their own brothers.
Yep.
So go back to the book you had that Jez brought out. Go back to that book again. Damn.
Now, the Soninke ruled the Ghanaian Empire before the Mandingan Empire.
Oh.
So they ruled the Ghanaian Empire
as Jews.
Remember in Babylon Timbuktu, they were called the Yaya Magas, the rulers, the Hebrew kings.
Uh-huh.
That was the Soninke. Ruling Ghana. Then they got overthrown by our brothers
who
Muslims.
embraced Muslim. Because Sunday the Keta, I read it last week, he felt that Judaism was bringing in of profit, money. So he converted to Islam to gain the wealth of Muslims. And that's where the division started with him. He did it. He embraced Islam outwardly, but inwardly maintained Judaism. His nephew, Mansa Musa, took it and embraced it fully and took it seriously. Go back to where we were at before.
Yes. Right there, Mandingos.
Mandingos. The Sonic, you read from the Syrians again.
The serious.
No, man, I'm sorry. No, the tribe in the immediate neighborhood.
Mandingos. The tribe in the immediate neighborhood of the British Gambia is the Mandingo, a tall, athletic, warlike race of men who are always carrying on war with one another.
In this instance, religious war. Go ahead.
The they are divided into two great classes: the marabouts,
Muslims,
and Sanikis.
Judaism. Go ahead.
The Sanikis are pagans.
The marabouts, the Muslims, called us who observe Judaism pagans. So we rejected Islam, and we rejected it by force. Go ahead.
Who do not believe in any religion. The marabouts, however, are Mohammedans.
There you go. Go ahead.
Or followers of the great false prophet.
Well, this author makes sense. Go ahead.
But the Mandingo marabouts are not exclusively called marabouts,
Go ahead.
as all Mohammedans receive the same appellation.
So all Muslims are called marabouts. Go ahead. But these are called Mandingan ones. Go ahead.
Thus, there are Jollof marabouts.
That's Jake.
And Yoruba marabouts.
So you have Northern Kingdom marabouts and you got Southern Kingdom marabouts. Or both. Go ahead.
The Sanikis are strictly the non-Mohammedan portion of the Mandingo.
The Soninkins are the Judaism observers. The Moses observers. That's them.
And the Soninke will also call Seracoles. That's
another
nickname of them.
Yep. Seracoles are Soninkes. Right. But it's all the same people.
Yes, right.
Fighting each other over nonsense. Now, let's go to Babylon Timbuktu, page 122. Read that.
In northern Guinea, or Portuguese Guinea, Judaism is more highly practiced. Some of the outstanding rites are purifications, the observance of the new moons, a designated period of the weeping for the dead, during which time they wear sackcloth and ashes, bloody animal sacrifices, with the careful sprinkling of blood upon the doorposts and the altars, the division of the tribes into different families, frequently into 12 parts, the 12 tribes of Israel.
This is Guinea. Go ahead.
Formal processions, circumcision.
Jump down to Wilson says.
Wilson says, although the natives of Africa retain these outward rites and ceremonies with the utmost tenacity.
No, I saw a bunch of BS. So go down. I read this last week. Go down. Like the black Jews in America. Read that.
Like the black Jews in America. Some of the Jews of Guinea don't remember their original nationality.
Jeremiah 17. 17-4.
This deplorable ignorance is...
Jeremiah 17-4? Sorry. What you looking for, Abaddon? What you looking for? You trying to find something?
You got a book? You got a book?
This guy's reading a book while he's about to do shows on. He's like... It's a good page.
It was a scripture.
I'm read Psalms real quick.
Yeah, he's in Psalms. He's in Psalms? He's in Psalms?
Nah.
Oh, man. Anyway.
I ain't gonna say it.
Damn. It's definitely Psalms.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4.
Jeremiah even worse.
Oh, it's the why that. Go ahead.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
So we were going to discontinue from our heritage that God gave us and serve in foreign lands our enemies, including Jeremiah himself. So again, we got text. So again, we discontinue from our heritage as a result of breaking God's laws and being scattered abroad. What we got there for text?
Shalom, Deacon. There's a poem called Niggas Are Scared of Revolution.
Damn.
It is a very deep poem about our people today, even though it was made in the 1970s.
That's a rap song called the something Poets.
The
Lost Poets. Yeah. Niggas are favorite revolution. Niggas. That's a good. It's a poet. Like spoken word, pretty much, yeah. The Last Poets, yes, the Last Poets.
Okay.
Yeah, it's by them, yes. It's actually like a song. There's drums playing in the background, some good stuff. Yes, definitely. So even back then, we knew the difference between black folks and N-words back then. Same thing as even this time. Go ahead, read that.
This deplorable ignorance is attributed to...
Shout out to Bishop Yalsall, played it all the time in the car. Shout out to Bishop Yalsall. He played that poem all the time in the car. It was one of his favorite audios he listens to. Go ahead.
This deplorable ignorance is attributed to various causes. The fall of the Hebrew kingdoms, the lack of communication with Jewish educational centers, intense persecution.
This is all a result of us losing our nationality over time. The lack of the fall of the Hebrew kingdoms, from division, from fighting among ourselves, the lack of communication with Jewish, when we start to denounce the laws of Moses, intent and persecution intents, whether it be from each other or primarily from the Arabs. Go ahead.
And the deliberate.
And sorry, the Arabs and Portuguese. Go ahead.
And the deliberate blotting out of the mind their true nationality.
And they start to denounce their own nationality for these stupid, for these ridiculous false faiths and false prophets behind them. Go ahead.
Thus, Nahum Slouch says this about the Islamized Jews he met.
Islamized Jews he met. Go ahead.
And
which he met because Nahum went and spoke to them in Africa. He's Islamized Jews. Go ahead.
In most cases, these Hebrews by race and Muslim by faith seek to hide their origin.
See that? So some of us chose death. When Islam came sweeping through Africa, we chose death, or we converted, or we kept Islam outwardly, but secretly maintained Judaism. And that's what happened. Some of us fought against it, got killed in the midst of it, sold in the midst of it, converted fully and started to attack each other who didn't convert fully, or kept it outwardly but observed Judaism secretly. That's what was going on. Out of fear. Go ahead.
Which has become a burden to them.
Wow. Go ahead. They have to live a lie. They have to live a lie. That's why it's a burden to them. Go ahead.
And another example. The persecution of the black Jews in Portugal was so ruthless and frequent that Cecil Roth tells us the Jews did not divulge to their children the secret of their religion until they had attained the age of reason.
Damn, go ahead.
The Hebrew religion is such that,
watch,
if you deny your religion,
the Hebrew religion is such that if you deny it, if you deny your religion, which is the Bible, not this nonsense out here, Christianity and nonsense, that's garbage. But the Hebrew religion is that if you deny your religion, go ahead.
You will eventually deny your nationality.
You will eventually deny your nationality. So your religion and your nationality, according to the Bible, go hand in hand. Give 1 Maccabees 2. And this verse
22.
Yeah.
21, I think it is.
20. No, 19.
1 Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 19. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice, though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him, and fall away every one from the religion of their fathers.
We fall away every one from the religion of their fathers. Go ahead, watch.
And give consent to his commandments.
Give consent to the Greeks' commandments. Come on.
Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenants of our fathers.
Walk in the what?
In the covenant of our fathers.
Come on.
God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances.
So the law and the ordinances is the religion of our fathers. The law and ordinances goes hand in hand with our identity. So when you deny the laws and commandments of God, you reject your identity in the process. They go hand in hand. So when it comes to the Israelites, who you are is what you do is who you are. Let's say it again. When it comes to the Israelites, what your commandments and what you do is who you are. You deny what you're supposed to do, you deny who you are. They go hand in hand. Read on. The sociologists.
Right.
Oh, my fault. The sociologists and psychologists know, and history has proven that if you deny your culture and nationality over a long period of time, you will totally forget it through a process of assimilation.
And that's what happened during the time of the Assyrians. That happened during the time of the Greeks, the time of the Romans, the time in Spain, the time of Portugal, and the time of Islam. We began to assimilate into these nations and began to reject who we were and turned on each other.
And turned to niggas.
And turned into Negroes, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Now jump down to as time elapsed.
As time elapsed, the black Jews in Portugal and the black Jews in the Portuguese colonial possessions became known as Black Portuguese.
What's that page where it says that? I read it to you yesterday. It talked about you could say you were a Jew anymore.
That was in a book.
What book was it, man? You couldn't say Jew anymore. You couldn't use the appellation Jew anymore, only Portuguese. Damn, what book was that we were reading from? Oh, man.
Let me see.
I don't think we have it.
Nah, we didn't bring that.
We didn't bring that. I'm going to share it next week. Where it was in Portugal, they banned the word Jew. You can't use the word Jew. Wait. Yeah. Do y'all have history of the Jews? History of the Jews. History of the Jews by Hannah Adams. I think it's page 367. Yes. That's it. It's on that page.
Or just go to Hannah, to make it quick, just go to Hannah Adams and type in the phrase in the search bar, and it should pop up.
Yeah. History of the Jews. Hannah Adams. Yep, that's it. Now, Lord, I'm not going to
Yes, sir.
Zoom in.
They're hyping themselves up.
Yeah, that's good. They should. That's a good job. They found what I wanted. Good.
I like that.
Clap. You can give yourself a clap.
Yeah, damn. Go down. I don't want to spoil too much. Read, let me see. Now, go to the next page. Is this the one? Is there another page after this?
It's got to be this one. I'm starting to remember now, D.
You're too hasty to credit them.
No. I might be wrong because I might be the wrong page. I did say 367.
No, it's their fault, D.
Okay.
Do y'all have a search bar?
Let me see. This is 5. That's 8. Let me see it.
Yes, that's it, D.
Yes. That's it, the bottom part. All praises. They have it. Go down to, in Portugal, the name. I'm going to show y'all about assimilation. Now, remember, hold that. Give me 2 Maccabees 6. I'm going to show you how time repeats itself over and over. 2 Maccabees 6 and 1, then jump to 6.
2 Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers.
From their religion. To depart from their religion, the laws of their fathers. Come on.
And not to live after the laws of God.
To deny their identity. Now jump down to verse 6.
Verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days.
Come on.
Or ancient feasts.
Go ahead.
Or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
Or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. So at this point, we can't say Jew anymore. We became what? Greeks. Or Grecians. All right? Or the uncircumcision. Now, let's fast forward to Portugal now. Dark Ages. Same people, different name, doing the exact same thing to the same people. Now, read this here.
In Portugal, the name of a Jew is a term of such high reproach.
Read it again.
In Portugal, the name of a Jew is a term of such high reproach.
The term Jew was of such a high reproach. Why? Because of the laws we kept. Read on.
That the government...
The Portuguese government, the white man, the Portuguese government did what?
Found it necessary to enact a law.
Just like the Greeks did. Watch this. To enact a law or an edict. Watch. Read on.
Which forbade any person to call another by that appellation.
You cannot call them the Jew. Don't even say Jew. So they call them black Portuguese. Not black Jews, but black Portuguese now. Don't say Jew. That's an illegal term to use. Read on.
If a man who is styled a Jew to his face stabs the offender, the law does not condemn him. And trifling
That's all I want. So the part one was, which forbade any person to call another Jew by that appellation. You cannot say Jew. You cannot say that no more. You're just Portuguese. All of you are Portuguese. All right? Let me see something real quick. That's all I want. So let's go back to that before. To read that again as time elapsed.
As time elapsed, the black Jews in Portugal and the black Jews in the Portuguese colonial possessions became known as black Portuguese.
Right, no more Jews, just black Portuguese people. Go ahead.
They were called black Portuguese because they were born in Portugal. And they knew the history, culture, and language of Portugal.
All right, because the slavery started there in 1441 by the Portuguese. 1441, Spanish and Portuguese. Is there more? What page is this? 124? Okay, give me Deuteronomy 32:26. Deuteronomy 32:26. Just to show discontinuation. Discontinuing.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 26. I said, I would scatter them into corners.
So we got scattered into corners during the slave trade. I showed you the book earlier about them, the Dutch selling us as slaves and being the brokers and collectors of slaves. The Israelis were heavily behind it. And other Europeans as well. Go ahead.
I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
In our remembrance, our identity through process of slavery and integration, assimilation, we begin to lose our identity all over the world. All right? To being scattered in the corners and lose our memory of who we are personally, and everybody will forget who we are after a while. Now, give me Psalms 83. We always go here, and we're going to go here again. And again, and again, and again. Psalms 83 and verse 2.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They that what?
They that hate thee have lifted up the head.
So this is Asaph. He says, Lord, your enemies, because God has enemies. If you're God's people's enemies, you're God's enemies. Because God, their God dwells within them. So if you hate us, you hate him by default. So your enemies have lifted up their head. They've gained authority and power on the earth. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against your people. Come on.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And they consulted against who?
Thy hidden ones.
Why we called that? Because they were going to conquer us and hide our identity. Once they successfully assimilated us into their societies all over the world through religion, language, color, politics, philosophy. We were divided in every spectrum. We were divided. Go ahead, and became a fractured community as we are today. Go ahead.
To this day. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation. Go ahead.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
No more in their remembrance, because we're going to scatter them into corners. Like Moses said in Deuteronomy 32:26. Go ahead.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Go ahead.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against God and his people. Go ahead.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The so-called white man. The tabernacles of Edom. The red race. Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Arabs. Especially the Muslim ones. Go ahead.
Of Moab.
Chinese are behind it.
And the Hagarenes.
The Muslim Arabs.
Gibor.
Africans. Nilote Africans. Hamites. Go ahead.
And Ammon.
Ammon. Japanese.
And Amalek.
Amalek is you so-called, you dukes that run the world behind the scenes. You Rothschilds, Bilderbergs. That's you. The ones that brokered the slave ships. The captains of the slave ships and the runners of the Dutch East India Company and Dutch West India Company. That's Amalek today. The ones that run the media today. Rothschilds, Bilderbergs, DuPonts. That's Amalek today. The Israelis. That's Amalek today. Go ahead.
The Philistines.
Philistines would be today Palestinians. Yesterday, the Africans. Go ahead.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Hamites. So, let's go into the Hamites there in context. Hamites. So, let's go to Daniel 7 and 20. No, read on the verse. Daniel 7 verse 25. I did finish it. 7:25. Daniel 7:25.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
The he is this thick horn. The horn, as in America, will speak great words against the Most High. Go ahead.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Wear out means, when you wear something out, it means over time. You wear it over and over and over again till it fades out of existence. You wear a pair of shoes for a long, long time. After a while, the bottom of the shoe starts to get wear and tear till it's no more sole anymore. You got to buy new sneakers. So it says, this nation, Edom, or America, shall wear us out. So we're no longer what? In remembrance of who we are. We shall wear out through slavery, drugs, religion, politics, integration, assimilation. They wore us out as a nation of people all over the world. We are worn out. Read on.
And think to change times and laws.
And didn't think because they thought that as long as we are destroyed and enslaved, we would not remember who we are and what God's laws are. So it says he would think to change times and laws. Change the new year to January. Add laws as in change our identity around. Enforce new customs and laws that go against God's laws. Same-sex marriages and all that stuff. Think to change times and laws. Go ahead. Daylight savings time. Go ahead.
And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
And that time is 350 years, and we start to resurrect. Our understanding start to come back to us. Remembrance of former things will be restored to us within that time frame. Starting from 1619 up to 1960s. All right? So this hymn is referring to Edom, all right, or America. Now, get me the next book, History of the Moorish Empire. History of the Moorish Empire. Volume 3. That y'all definitely have. All right. Now this is what year is this? Go down. 1904. J.P. Lippincott Company, Philadelphia, London. Volume 3. Okay. I have all three. Give me page 116. Read that there.
The practice of the rite of circumcision, a rite pronounced by the rabbi more meritorious than all others, and enjoyed by the Talmud, brought with it confiscation and death.
Because during the Inquisition, we were circumcise your children if you observe the Talmud. Remember, we had Talmudic Jews by this time. We were heavily into that nonsense from the time of the Pharisees up until this time. If we embraced even that, we got put to death. Okay, read on.
The ancient national records, the books of the law, the chronicles of bygone dynasties, the treaties of Hebrew physicians already prominent in the world of science were diligently sought for and destroyed.
Sound familiar? The ancient national records. The ancient national records. That goes into our birth certificates, our identities, our land, our deeds to our land, all of that was destroyed by the Spanish and Portuguese. They destroyed those things. Books of the law, that's the Bible. Give me that in Maccabees again. First Maccabees 2 and 40. Yes. Sought for, it says sought for. They were looking for it and destroyed. First Maccabees 2, not I want. Yep. They burned the books.
First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse, is it 40?
No, it's 1. It's 1 and verse 57.
Yes, sir.
56, 55 and 56.
Yes, sir. First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 55.
What the white man did to us as the Portuguese and Spanish, they did to us as the Greeks. Why? Because they're the exact same people. They did the exact same thing to the same people. Different time. Read on.
And burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law.
They rent in pieces the books of our law. Go ahead.
Which they found.
Which they sought for. Go ahead.
They burnt them with fire.
And they burned them. Go back to this page again now. Go back. The same people doing the same thing. The ancient, read that, the ancient national records.
The ancient national records. The books of the law.
Yep, the Bible.
The chronicles of bygone dynasties.
Our dynasties we had, so we had records of our dynasties in Africa, in America. We had these things written down. Records of Solomon's reign, records of David's reign, Hezekiah's reign. We had it written down. They destroyed it. Read on.
The treaties of Hebrew physicians already prominent in the world of science.
And all of our what's the one we're looking for? The accolades and the
credentials.
The credentials and the I'm trying to think of the word I'm looking for. The accomplishments of our actions leading into the world of science, medical. Go ahead. They did what?
Were diligently sought for and destroyed.
So any patents or accomplishments of us as physicians in Spain and Portugal, they destroyed it. If it tied back to us, they burned it and destroyed it. Read on.
Every effort was made to separate wives from their husbands.
Every effort was made to separate wives from their husbands. Go ahead.
And slaves from their masters.
Go ahead.
By the edict that the ceremony of baptism, when solicited by consort or bondsman, produced according to circumstances, ipso facto, divorce or emancipation.
Read on.
All
no, go to they were.
They
also.
were They were also required to report to the magistrate at every town they visited, to be examined as to their business and destination.
Jump down. They were accused of?
They were accused of practices alike revolting to humanity and subversive of morals.
Slander. They slandered us. Go ahead.
Of poisoning the sacramental elements.
We were a poison to the Catholic Church's doctrine. Go ahead.
Of the torture of children.
They tortured our children. Go ahead.
Of crimes against nature. Of cannibalism.
They accuse us of torturing children, crimes against nature, and cannibalism. All slander. Damn. Page, what, read on, is there more? 117.
Hey, Deke, that sounds like the same thing that Amon did with us.
Oh, yeah, get that too.
Esther.
Yeah, get that. Esther 13:5. Same people doing the exact same thing to the exact same people. Oh, man. Give me real quick Ecclesiastes 1. No, 1, right? Nothing new under the sun. The 9.
Yep. Gotcha.
Get that first, and read this, Esther.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be.
The thing that have been is man, is that which shall be in the future. It's man. Go ahead.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
Which was done before shall be done again. Read on.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
When it comes to Edom and our people, it's the same people doing the exact same thing to the exact same people in different times, under different names. So the Portuguese and Spanish are the Greeks and Romans all over again. Yep. And we're Jews, now Negroes all over again. No difference. That's the 13. This is an Amalekite doing the exact same thing, accusing us of these things here that we just read earlier. Read that.
Rest of Esther, chapter 13 and verse 5. Seeing then, we understand that this
4.
people, verse 4, declared
unto...
unto...
verse 3, so know what it is. 13:3.
Yes, sir. Verse 3. Now when I asked my counselors how this might be brought to pass, Amen.
That's all I want. So Amen brought this slander. Now jump to verse 4.
Verse 4. Declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world.
Israel is throughout the world. Remember the book we read earlier said that throughout the world, the Jews were found everywhere. We were an omnipresent people. So he's saying throughout all the world, even at this time, throughout all the world. Go ahead.
There was scattered a certain malicious people.
Now we're malicious. Go ahead.
That had laws contrary to all nations.
Remember, what you do is who you are as a Jew.
Right.
What the law is given to you determine who you are. So our laws are contrary, even to this day, to all people, making us what? A hate group or a cult. It's the same thing. Read on.
And continually despise the commandment of kings, so as the uniting of our kingdoms, honorably intended by us, cannot go forward.
Verse 5.
Seeing then, we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men.
Go ahead.
Differing in the strange manner of their laws, and evil affected to our state.
They're a problem to our state and unifying. Go ahead. These guys are not patriots. Go ahead.
Working all the mischief they can.
Working all the mischief they can, like torturing children, like, go back to the page again. Where we at? Torturing children, eating people. What else? Crimes against nature, homosexuality. That's what they're accusers of. Homosexuality, eating children. Go ahead.
Working all the mischief they can, that our kingdom may not be firmly established.
So go back to the last page again, 117. Read that. We're almost done.
In the eyes of the ferocious noble, who scarcely acknowledged the superior dignity of his king, they were sources of wealth to be utilized as occasion or inclination demanded.
So we were a source of wealth because the Jews, we were very, very well off. As a people, we were very, very well off. What the hell was that, half a bomb? We were very, very well off as a people. All right? So they used us when necessary. The church, read that.
The church never failed to pour out upon these victims of prejudice the full measure of ecclesiastical oppression.
Christianity is ecclesiastical oppression. Go ahead.
And hatred.
And hatred. Go ahead.
And no deed was more meritorious than the persecution of a Jew.
Meritorious means beneficial. No deed was more beneficial than to persecute a Jew. Jump down to although necessary.
Although necessary.
Meaning you receive reward for doing this to our people. That's what it means meritorious. Go ahead.
Although necessary to the state, and indispensable to its political and financial prosperity, the Jew was precluded from claiming the protection of the very laws he assisted to administer.
We helped pass laws that the laws didn't benefit us, like civil rights. We fought for those civil rights. Other nations were benefited from them. We didn't benefit from them. It's the same thing here. We helped administer laws, but then we didn't benefit from the very laws we helped to be administered. It's the same thing over and over again. Read on.
Deprived of this unquestionable right.
Civil right of this unquestionable right. Go ahead.
He was unfitted by his constitution.
Whoa, wait a minute. We were unfitted by the constitution we were under. Dang. Remember I said earlier, it says all men are created equal.
Right.
That wasn't referring to Jews. Right. That was referring to us. The same thing over and over. Nothing new under the sun. Read again. Deprived of his what?
Deprived of this unquestionable right. He was unfitted by his constitution.
To these truths we found to be self-evident that all men are created equal. That didn't apply to us. It didn't apply to us back then. It didn't apply to us now. Read on.
His habits and his traditions for armed resistance.
Go ahead.
Centuries of oppression had taught him to rely on pacific rather than...
Wait. Go back to the deprived again. Read again.
Deprived of this unquestionable right.
Civil rights.
He was unfitted by his constitution.
Go ahead.
His habits.
Our customs.
And his traditions for armed resistance.
And the right to arm ourselves. Remember Black Panthers?
Yeah.
We had guns that said change the gun laws for them. We couldn't arm ourselves for resistance. They passed laws that put us in ghettos and said don't give them no guns.
What?
That's what happened. Read on.
Centuries of oppression had taught him to rely on pacific rather than on violent measures.
Wait a minute. Read that again.
Centuries of oppression.
Centuries of oppression did what?
Had taught him.
Taught us what?
To rely on pacific.
Taught us to be passive. Non-violence. Be non-violent. Be passive. What? Let things go. Let it slide. Passive. Read on.
Rather than on violent measures for the discomfiture of his enemies.
So because we were oppressed for so long, we lost that fire in us. We became the old lion. We lost that fire of resistance to fighting our enemies. We lost it. Now we are a pacific people now, a Pacific people. We became passive. Now we're going to march for a little while. Then we'll forget about it after a while. Go back to as usual.
The Christianity.
Turn
the other cheek.
Yep, turn the other cheek.
Forgive.
Yep. Hug Amber Geiger in the courtroom. Mm-hmm. Comb her hair. That's specific rather than violent measure. I'm not justifying. I'm not saying be violent. I'm just showing that over as oppression of centuries of it, you lose your racial anger. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, our racial anger is expressed through the Bible, of course, teaching, right. Not physical means. But I'm showing that historically, through constant oppression, we became passive and lost the will to fight and to defend ourselves. Damn. Rightfully so. Under these conditions here. Is that it? On this book? Go down. Any more underlined? All right, one more. Give me page 1. What time is it now? What happened?
I said it's 3:37.
Yeah, I'm gonna land there. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna land right there.
Yeah.
Back of time. I'm gonna land there. I'll leave it alone. It'll go somewhere else. All right. So don't forget to donate to the Booster Club. You see the QR code in the corner somewhere. I can't point to somewhere over here. Yeah. Thank you. Point to it. There you go. So donate. You know what for? Give me Toby real quick to show that how we operate in terms of giving. We don't do tithing here. All right. We don't push that here. This is what we push here. Tobit. Where are you, Tobit?
4 and 11.
Is that what I want? I gotta get it first.
Good gift.
Tobit 4 and 8.
Yes, sir.
Close enough.
Tobit, chapter 4 and verse 8.
Watch this.
If thou hast abundance.
If you have abundance, if you're well off or you have enough to give, go ahead.
Give alms accordingly.
Give alms according to that abundance. Read on.
If thou have but a little.
If you have even a little, go ahead.
Be not afraid to give according to that little.
Give a little then. If you have little, give little. If you have much, give much. But give nonetheless. All right, if possible. All right, whatever you can, when you can. You see the results. You see the fruits of your donations. How we travel, because traveling is not cheap. Traveling is not free, and so that's why Paul had a passport. I'm pretty sure he had brothers funding his travels as well back then. Scriptures say that. So you can be a willful and cheerful giver, because you know where the money goes. So all praise to the Most High. Hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Lord's will, probably in next week or so, I might be away. We'll go into the heathen, how the Israelis pretty much took over and became us and gained our nationality, pretty much. So I'm going to go into that, Lord's will, next week. I was trying to touch a little bit today, but lack of time. So Lord's will, next week or so, we'll be back. Hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. And with that, pass it on to Abaddon.
Hey, let's give Deacon a hand for that class. Fire class. Fire. Very much needed in this time.
Don't hurt anyone. Right. I'm not pushing violence towards anybody. All right? I'll be crazy. That's your ass if you do. You go in jail, put a nice stick in your behind. We tell you straight and up your head. Up your head. I don't say up your, no diddy. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
No,
they did do that, so I got to say no diddy. Terrible people. All right.
All right. Israel, make sure you subscribe to Our Hidden History on YouTube. All right, hit the notification button so you know when we go live. Subscribe also to our Philly channels, IUIC Philadelphia and IUIC Philadelphia in the Classroom, to get the latest camp videos from the deacon, captain, and officers of IUIC Philly. You could donate to Our Hidden History on PayPal, IUIC.Philadelphia@IsraelUnite.org. In the comment section, put OHH. Also, donate to the Booster Club. You could donate to the Booster Club on PayPal too, IUIC.fundraising@IsraelUnite.org. In the comment section, put Booster Club. All right, and last but not least, subscribe to IUIC TV to get exclusive content from the leadership of IUIC. Next. All right, missing persons for this week is Brianne
Val Guzman.
Valle Guzman.
Valle Guzman.
Valle Guzman.
Valle? Oh, Valle. Okay.
Yeah, Valle Guzman. Okay. The sister is 12 years old. Race unknown, hair color black, eye color brown, height 5 foot, weight 120 pounds. Brianne was last seen on February 4th. She was last seen wearing a gray shirt with mushroom and black pajama pants with polka dots.
Polka dots.
So if you do see her,
Lord have mercy upon us.
Yeah, all praises. Anyway, if you do see her, please let the authorities know, and let's help find our sister. Land fund. We are going to get that land like we've been talking about every single week on every single class. Israel, if you believe, send in your donations on PayPal to Israel@IsraelUnite.org. In the comment section, put land. And lastly, we're seeking your assistance to enhance our national broadcast. Kindly spare a minute to provide feedback by answering 5 brief questions. So go ahead, pull out your phone and hit that QR code, all right? I think they did pretty good today. So
yeah, they did a great job today.
Say nothing.
Did a great job. Well played.
But if you got anything to say against man, you can always put it on.
Oh, man.
Nah, they picked themselves up too early.
That you had.
See, I always got to take my shots regardless.
You do.
I know. Satan always is as a roaring lion.
Oh, man. That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, y'all. So listen, man, I'm going to give out some good news and some bad news. The good news is, bad news.
Bad news.
The bad news is that I may not be here next week. I might be away. So it might be 2 weeks to get the next lesson. That's the bad news. The good news is that we almost there. We almost reaching King James. I'll be going to that soon. I know some of y'all been excited about that. Dark Age history, Dark Ages.
Yeah.
We're going to be approaching King James stuff soon.
Yeah.
So Lord's will, hopefully the next segment should be the last one before we start jumping into the King James and the throne and us ruling Scotland and Ireland and so forth. So I know you guys are going to be excited about that. I'm not excited because it's mad difficult to go into that with scriptures. Because we were evil and dumb as hell, so I'm going to be pulling teeth with scriptures with that one. So I'm going to try my hardest to touch on the reign of us in that area. But you guys will enjoy it regardless. So I'm sure I'll enjoy it if you guys enjoy it. So Lord's will, stay tuned for that. So hopefully within the next 2-3 weeks or so, we should be touching on the history of kings and rulers in England and the Vikings, and the
Viking.
the Vikings and the the McLeods, the Highlanders, the Lowlanders, and all that other stuff.
Norsemen,
and all that. The
Picts.
The Picts and the Teutons and Bretons. We're gonna go into that stuff, man. We're gonna have a good time. So Silures again, go into that again. So stay tuned for that. Looking forward to going over with y'all. So with that, we say shalom. Most High in Christ bless. Looking forward to seeing y'all again.
Shalom. Most High in Christ bless.